Okay, folks, jump right into it. Going to be replacing the transfer case rear output seal. As you can see, it's quite dirty and oily around here. This is the transmission side looking back. Okay, and this just connects to the drive shaft. Can't really see here all that well, but transmission, and going back, transfer case, drive shaft, and back there a U-joint, and then going into the rear differential. Okay, now real quick, I apologize for the jumpiness of this video. There is a bolt here, one there, one up here, and one here. They hold on two U-shaped brackets that hold the U-joint's like a T here in the middle, and then there's like bearing caps, and then those bearing caps are held down by these, which holds that section of the T against the other end of the U-joint. Okay, so I've already cracked those, got them loosened up. As soon as I get those out, I'm going to take a pry bar and pop that forward and then drop it down. And then up here, no need to take this one apart. This will just slide out. This is the shaft here, and this rubber piece, and this, there's a lip. This is this whole seal. I'll show you what it looks like when I go to put the new one in. So once I pull this out and back and down, then I'll need to tap on this side to drive the seal out from the actual transfer case. And then it'll be a matter of putting the new one back in. I saw this in another YouTube video. Someone had made their own basically just a hole in a block of a piece of 2x4. And what that does, if I can figure out where I dropped it, this is the seal. As you can see, it looks just like the other one. This will go in like that, so that when you hit it evenly, and you're hitting here on this lip rather than on the rubber deforming or damaging it, because then it'll just leak more. Now, this is a 2000 Chevy Blazer. It has the, what the heck is it? I'm going to screw up the letters. But anyways, it's the 236 transfer case. How you're going to look at this and figure it out is you're going to look at your selector switches for the four-wheel drive. If you have a 3-button setup with 2 high, 4 high, 4 low. I believe it's going to be the 231 or 233. And then if you, like mine, has a 4th button, which is 4-wheel drive auto, it's going to be the 236 or 246. I believe the 246 is on full-size pickup trucks, and the 236 is, I believe, used on S10s and Blazers, but don't quote me on the S10. I know that it goes on the Blazer because that's what I have here. Now, normally these seals are between $9 and $12, but because this is the 236 and 246, this booted seal, actually, I think Napper is about $40. Advance Auto is like over $60. So considerably more expensive. The transfer case itself, let's see, that's the drain, and that one up there is the fill, and then this is actually a nameplate. I'm going to see if I can show that to you. I'm going to have to use my ungloved hand. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm lying. No, I'm not a clean freak, but I also don't feel like getting covered. And there we go. See, 236 GM, Oh, I can't really tell you what those letters are. What is that? 504 8305 1-1 272. What most of that means, I'm not 100% sure, but that shows that this is what you're going to want to look for. Sometimes these are missing. This screw falls out, and this is just a little plate. It falls off. But it'll be right by the fill and drain plugs. This being the 236 and the 246, it also, because of that four-wheel drive auto, it's going to use Auto Track 2 fluid instead of transmission fluid. This stuff, instead of $4.99 a quart, it's going to be like $8.99 a quart. Okay, now let me just get this out, and we'll get back, and I'll show you the process of putting it back in. Okay, let's see what we got going on back here. Nothing spectacular that I can see. Just having some trouble getting this out. I can't really see what the problem would be. Good. That looks good. Off there. Okay, so let's pause this up. This is what it looks like when it's out. Now, I can't say for sure, but I lifted up the back of the vehicle. I don't know if that was just putting too much pressure on the drive shaft on this slip joint on this end, or what. Actually, I'm going to clean that up just a hair. If I can find my rag. There it is. Get all dirt particles out of it. You don't want any of this shmoo in there. Any of it. Look at all this crap. See if I can give this one more wipe down this side and get rid of that. Yeppa. Yummy. Always wear your safety squints. Unless, of course, not that metal particles are really all that big of a deal here. There's no indexing on this. You go to put it back in. You'll see here, this is it. This tapered end is on the outside. This is actually a boot. Like you'd have on a CV shaft. And that's about as far as I'm going to get it by hand. Now, I don't know if I can, probably won't be able to shoot this because I don't have a third hand growing out of the middle of my chest, but I can't tell you what size this is. I already showed you, but I had to cut it down because I couldn't get it to fit in this gap, and I'm going to just pound on that so that seats evenly. So I won't show this part, but I'll show you when I get back. Hold on 1 second, and I'll be all done. Okay, as we can see, it's back in now. It's not leaking. Everything's still looking nice and dry. Sorry I wasn't able to actually show you the whole process of getting it back in. But, as we can see, back there is the U-joint. What I had to do is I had to support the rear wheels, get them up off the ground, and then get a pry bar right in the middle of that U-joint. and then it separated, and I was able to slide this right back and out, and then that's where it cuts into the second scene, and you can see the end of the spline. And then the putting it back was just the reverse of that operation. Now, what I didn't mention in the beginning is you want to mark the cap, the bearing cap that's on the U-joint, and the other side of the U-joint, so that it goes back in the same direction that you had it before, because these are balanced. So if you go spinning it 180 degrees, the balance is going to be off. So you just put a little scratch down there on both pieces, you know, so that you the spline coming out of the differential and the part of the drive shaft, the U-joint part of the drive shaft. So when you put them back, you get those lined up, and then you just slide it in over here. And it takes, you know, a little bit of wiggling, and then it'll slide back in. And that's pretty much it. And that's really all there is to it. Now the trick, where the heck is that? Oh yeah, right over here. I'm going to show you this nameplate again. Where the heck is it? I'll get a better look at that. Oh, there you go. No, let's focus you. There you go. Anyways, and getting up into that, because you can see you're not very far off the ground. You got no real room in here to get a bottle of fluid. So I'll show you my little trick for topping that off. You just take that bolt out, and hold on one second, I'll show you. And you do this. Redneck Engineering 101. Here it is, AC Delco AutoTrack 2. Take a piece of plastic tubing that'll fit inside your quart jug, and it'll also, you can pinch it and shove it in that hole on the transfer case, and then just tape it up, and more or less just give it a nice squeeze. Let's see if we can get this to work. Well, I've squeezed about all out of it I can. But yeah, just give it a squeeze, and you'll be able to get it in there when it starts running out. That tells you that it's full. It's up to the bottom of that fill spout, and you just put it back in. I actually used a wooden popsicle stick as a dipstick, and you can feel the inside lip of that plug where it's threaded. You can feel the end of it, and you just go past that a little ways, pull it out, and use it like a regular dipstick. You'll be able to tell if the level is right up to the end of that threaded section there, that tap section. And then that's it. That's the whole project. You know, put the clamps back on the U-joint, tighten them down. Don't quote me. You know, get your torque specs from a manual. I believe it's like 20 foot-pounds, but like I said, don't quote me. As always, you know, follow all safety protocols, you know, because it's your life and your well-being that's at stake. So that's it. I hope this helps someone else doing the same job. Hopefully this gives you some pointers or some ideas. If you want to wait a second, I'll even show you what size hole I drilled for that block of wood. And this is what I used to drill the hole. That's a 2 3/4 inch hole saw. You could probably get away with a 2 5/8 inch hole saw, maybe even 2.5, but you get much smaller than that, and it's just going to be hitting on the boot section. And a cordless drill. And that's it. That's really the whole project. Once again, I hope this helps you out, and good luck.